Welcome back, everybody. It's Cree Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Good morning, my friends. This is what I worked on last night. I cut these hearts out, and then the sayings here, they are on pieces of scraps from the master boards, which are quite thick because it's food packaging, and then the Mod Podge, so they're pretty thick. But this corrugated cardboard is very thin because it is just this middle part. So I was trying to figure out, I need a back for these hearts. So I've got these, and I only have two sayings. I just picked, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And then I picked out this quote from Maya Angelou. My wish for you is that you continue to be who you are, to astonish the world with your acts of kindness. I love Maya Angelou. So these are the two quotes that I picked out. And like I said, they're all on either black cardstock, like a heavy cardstock. Some of them are on these pieces, and then the black, like this one, but regardless, they're very thick. So I've got these, and then I have my hearts I cut out of the master boards. And then I even had this piece of wire laying on my desk. See, here's another one. This is why I don't like a really clean desk. Because usually I'm just grabbing things that are already laying around my desk. I took the wire, and this is pretty sturdy. I don't know what this gauge is, but I did this. I might do something with this idea, but I have it just sitting here for now. This is one that I did with a colored piece of wire, but this wire is very flexible. So yeah, I'm not sure. But I have them sitting here. Got my coffee and just dropped my kids off at school, so I want to do some more of these. So yesterday I wanted to go to my local used bookshop, which all the proceeds would go to my library, my public library. So I used to go there a lot, and they would always have a box of books that were damaged that they just couldn't sell, and they were free. So, I mean, that's fantastic for people like us. So I went there, and unfortunately it is closed, permanently closed. So I was a little bit bummed about that, but I was driving home, and I live across from a hospital that has an emergency room. And so I thought, I'm gonna go there and put some hearts around, spread some hearts. So I put some on the way going into the emergency room. I thought, what a better place to try to lighten somebody's day and make them smile. Even if it is a horrible time, it might be just the thing that somebody needs to help them pull through that moment. Then I went around to the side of the building where there were a bunch of cars parked, and I thought that's probably all the nurses and staff and, you know, administrators and everybody who works at the hospital. So I put a whole bunch on all of those cars. Then I went to pick up my girls at school, and I was in the car line waiting for their pickup, and the crossing guard, the guy who, he directs the traffic, and I was early, so he sits on the side of the road in his car, and he was, you know, kind of had his eyes closed and taking a little snooze before, you know, everything started. And so I snuck over there and put one on his car, and he didn't even notice. And it was really cute because I got to see when he came out and he took it off of his windshield. It was kind of fun. So all I have to say is this is a lot of fun, just to go deposit some smiles and hearts into your community. If you are a YouTuber and you want to participate in this, you can contact me. I will make a printout, because I am attaching this printout to all of the hearts that I put in the community. And then hopefully I will get some people coming to my YouTube channel and commenting with where they are in the world and where they found their heart, did it make their day brighter, whatever they'd like to share. So if you are a YouTuber, contact me. I can make you one of these with your YouTube channel on here, so you can do it also. If you are just a creator, I have this printout in Junk Journal Divas, or you can also just contact me through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and I can always share this with you. So you just print it out and attach it to one of your hearts and put it in your community. Also, in Junk Journal Divas, if you're not in the group yet, we are sharing pictures of where we hide them. So we're sharing photos of what we're making, and then also when we go out into our community, we're sharing photos of where we hide them. So that's a lot of fun to see. Let's get started today. I think what I'm gonna do, I have some paper here. I'm gonna put a backing on this, and I'm gonna sew around the edges and put a little string or something so that it can hang. And then some kind of a little embellishment, maybe a little piece of lace or a bow or something. I'm gonna work on first cutting some hearts on to back these. That is what I'm gonna do first. I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. I just wanted to show you this piece of cardboard. I was using it to spray some of my things for other Valentine's Day makes. And so I flipped it over, and I'm using a template to draw some hearts, and then I just cut them out. If you want to do this project, you could always use some acrylic paint or splatter some watercolors, distress crayons, whatever you have, just to color the cardboard. And then the last thing I'm doing here, I just went over it with some Mod Podge to seal it and get it ready for whatever it is I'm going to do with these little guys. So now I'm moving on to the backing for the hearts. I have some pieces of some cardstock that it's been around for a while. I haven't really used. I also have some larger pieces of scrap paper. So all I did was cut the hearts out again, and this is just going to be sewn onto the back. So I have a couple pieces that were music sheets that I used, just all different kinds of random scrap paper. And then I'm just picking out some ribbons or string, whatever you have to use for it to hang. And I'm going to go around the edges and sew these, but just to hold this in place until then, I'm using my double-sided sticky tape that I love, and then just putting these two pieces together. So I'm going to continue to do that before I go around them with my sewing machine. So you guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos making hearts. I would love for more people to be able to participate in this. I want everybody who wants to be able to do it, regardless of what supplies you have or where you are in the world. So just if you need some inspiration, I'm just trying to work with all different kinds of mediums. So the next thing I think I'm going to do is some master boards and just using my scraps. Hey guys, so I finished these and I backed them with various things, different just extra papers that I had, and did some messy sewing around. So now I want to do a little embellishment on them. Now normally, before sewing these together, I would sew a button on, and then I would attach the two papers together and do my sewing. But I am these are just kind of a mass make, and of course they're free, we're giving them away, so I don't really want to spend a whole bunch of time on them. So I'm just going to hot glue the button with, I'm thinking, a little piece of lace underneath. Something like this. So let's see. Let my hot glue gun heat up here. And I'll cut a couple just little pieces of lace. Okay, so since my glue gun is charging, I'm just going to use some tacky glue for this. Put a bit under the lace. I'm just going to press that down and kind of hold it for a minute there. Then I think I'll go over just a little bit around the edges with some metallic something. But I'll let these dry first. And I have some of these little buttons in my shop if anybody is interested. I thought they'd be cute to add to Valentine's Day makes. And while I'm finishing these up, I just wanted to mention that if you want more inspiration, type hashtag DivasSewingPeace into the search bar on YouTube, and you will see some other YouTubers will come up and you can see what they are making for their hearts. And now for this last step, I'm just adding a little bit of shimmer and interest to them. So I'm using my Nuvo crystal drops, and I'm just kind of rubbing over with my finger just to kind of make it shimmer a little bit. And I also went over my little heart button. And then I decided to use some of the glacier paste, which is also Nuvo glacier paste. So just kind of adds a little shimmer and sparkle to these hearts. All finished here, so I have another, let's see, for these I have made 16. There are 16 of these. I get on here before I lose the light. You know, it gets dark so quickly, but I wanted, hopefully you can see the gold and also the pale pink. So the two mediums that I put on just add a bit of shimmer. And then this one, you can kind of see, I did go over the hearts. It just has a little bit of shimmer. Here's another one. So you get the idea. And then people can take these off if they want to hang them somewhere, whatever you want to, whatever they want to do with them. So I've got these that I did today. The first ones that I did are the ones that I added the little fabric hearts to. We've got an extra printout there. All of the links to the other videos, in case you happen to like one of the other ideas and you want to see what I did. They're all pretty easy. Like I said, this is just, we're giving these away, so you don't want to use your best supplies. You don't want to spend too much time on it. Just something that's cute enough that catch somebody's eye and they pick it up, and hopefully you make their day a little bit brighter with your heart. Just added the little pieces of fabric on, and I did sew these on to felt. And here's two other ones here. So these are from the first video I did when I was announcing the project and explaining what DivasSewingPeace was. I also made a bunch of these, and I'll just show you a few of them. These are pretty hard. They're tiles. I cut these out of cardboard, and used a bunch of different mediums on these. These were a lot of fun to make. And so this is, I used wax, texture paste, gold paint. If you can see, I went over the heart and stuff with the wax. Actually, this whole thing, I think I went over all of it with the wax. Some of them I added a little string to it. And I was thinking I would just put printout on the back here. I could even glue it on. But these were a little more work, so I'm not sure yet. I was kind of holding on to these because I think they're too cute to give away. Other ones. This one was a translucent texture paste, and then I just went over the top of it with a little bit of gesso. And then this one, I colored the texture paste. And I do know that next up, I will be playing with these hearts that are from master boards that I made. So we'll go through that process, and I'm thinking of making a little pocket in them or something. I don't know, we'll see what I come up with when I get to this stack. So thank you so much for joining me, and I would love for you to jump in and participate in this project. If you would like to do so and you would like a printout, you can join Junk Journal Divas. If you're not on Facebook, you can also reach me through Instagram, and I can send you one of these to print out. If you are a YouTuber, you can contact me through Facebook or Instagram, and I can make one of these with your YouTube address, your channel here, so you can participate also. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.